the Amazon. It lives in all kinds of trees there. It lives in the Brazilian nut tree, and it lives in the strangler tree. What it does is it eats leaves, and it does not have to drink water because it gets the nutrition from the leaves, and leaves store water. And so, yeah, he's a nocturnal animal who only eats at night, and he only doesn't really move by day. Over here we have my personal favorite, the kangaroo. This little warty guy can shoot venom out of its back, which is really cool, and fend off predators and paralyze small ones. And so, he's pretty cool. He's become kind of an invasive species. He's not our invasive species, but he's a big pest. He doesn't like people or anything. He's a venomous little predator. So now we have the orchid. Now this is my flower. And so the orchid is one of the biggest plants in the world. It's 14 feet long, and each petal is 1 ton. So the orchid's pretty long, and it can be any color except black. And so it has no lethal abilities, but it does have something. It has only one pollinator, so if the pollinator dies out, then the orchid will die out, unless a new one finds it. And then we've got also one of my favorites, the Arby ant. Now these little vicious guys are insane. What they do is they're blind little monsters that can pretty much, they just rip anything apart that's meat that they come by. They just protect the queen. If there's rain or anything, they latch onto their bodies to shield the queen from wind and stuff like that. If they're going against a big ravine, they just latch on and make a bridge for the queen. And so that's their life. It's all about the queen, just like in English. So now, over in here is my kangaroo. Now the kangaroo is part of the catfish family, and it's a little parasite that hooks itself onto catfish bodies and starts sucking their blood out, and then fertilizes eggs, and that's kind of their purpose. And then over here's my tree frog. This is my little tree frog. And so I don't have much information about him, but he's red-eyed because his eyes are pretty clear, so that's just the blood flowing through them. And he lives in trees. He's a very small thing. He disguises himself by latching onto grass and stuff like that when he's off of the tree. And what he eats is bugs, little tiny bugs, and yeah, that's tree frog. So yeah, this has been my biodiversity.
This is the Brazilian nut tree. It's my favorite tree in the Amazon. It can get over to 160 feet tall, and it produces nuts. And they're usually the size of a baseball. This is the scarlet macaw. It has a relationship with the Brazilian nut tree. It eats the nuts and it reproduces them as it drops its shells, so it can grow more trees. This is my favorite. It's the Amazon turtle. There are 20 species of this Amazon turtle. Not many people can tell them apart, but some scientists can. The males are smaller than the females by 40 centimeters. The females are 80 centimeters long, and they're the largest water turtle in South America.
This is the piranha. It's eaten by pink dolphins, turtles, crocodiles, birds, and larger fish. It has a good hearing, a good sense of smell. It has sharp teeth to protect itself. It can jump out of the water and still be alive. And